Happy Friday, Ronchar Ranchers. I hope everybody had a wonderful week. I just wanted to get on and update everybody on our vet visit yesterday. So Louie is doing well. His sutures are scheduled to be removed on Thursday. So he has, a few more days to go, and then his sutures will be removed. He did get a blood draw yesterday for EPM to hopefully diagnose what his neurological issues are that are going on right now. As I mentioned last week, they are more frequent. Part of it is that he's not moving around and he's in a stall. So that could be a contributing factor to what's happening with him. It also could just be his condition is progressing. So, while we don't want him to have EPM, at least there's medication that can help him and would give us answers. So we're hoping, we're hoping for the best, and it's just a wait and see. So I'll keep you guys updated as to what the test results are and how it goes with getting his sutures out. I don't want to get too close to his incision or laceration in case there's some squeamish people watching, but he is healing nicely. He doesn't have any discharge anymore. The coloration that you see around it is swat to keep the flies off of him. So you can see that he has his new boots on. As this is $5 Friday, both he and Gabby are going through their boots very, very quickly. Even though they are therapeutic boots and they're meant to be worn on a continuous basis, for some reason they're going through it quick. The foot that he's stomping, he's actually rotated the boot around the wrong way. That's actually his hoof that he has navicular worse on. I'm not changing it because he seems more comfortable that way. So, whichever way he wants to wear the boot, I don't really care. Whatever works for him works for me. But that's the Louie update. He was very, very good for Dr. Barney, and she said that his wound site looks very, very good, and she was very, very pleased with it. So, yay, Louie! We're almost there. Little less than a week, and hopefully he'll be off of stall rest, and at least he will be able to be in the first pasture. Now, why do I say the first pasture? Thanks you, Michelle. We think so too. The pasture that's right in front of us that has the little run-in shed building that you can see there is actually is scheduled to be rewired next week. So that pasture, and then it's a little harder to see the pasture that's between the trees, but the pasture between the trees is getting rewired too. We try to be proactive. We had that scheduled prior to Louie getting injured. God forbid Louie would have gone through the high tensile fence. It would have been a lot worse than what he has. So being proactive, we are taking the high tensile out and we are putting in the braided rope. And that will be a lot safer for the horses. So if they do run through it or bounce into it. It's not going to cut them up. So that is what's happening next week. So Charlie, Roni, and Louie will be on this pasture that you see right here until it's done. It probably will only be a couple of days, and then they'll be able to get back on. Fortunately, our fence guy doesn't have to drill too many posts. He's going to use the existing posts that are in there, so that is going to help with the amount of time, that it's going to take. So that's the Louie update. All positive stuff that we were finally looking for. So kudos to Louie, because he's healing really, really well, and all things considered, he's a really, really good patient, and is just an absolute sweetheart. So let's go on over to the other side and see what's going on with Barney Bear and Gabby Girl. Nope. Barney's decided to go on a post-dinner adventure. So we could start with him while he's out here. So Barney Bear had a chiropractic procedure on, hi baby girl, had a chiropractic procedure yesterday. It was questionable if he was going to allow us to do it. Not that he is aggressive or anything, but he's not really used to having a lot of people around him, nor a lot of people touching him at the same time. Dr. Barney did the actual adjustment, and then Bree, her vet tech, was there to assist, and then of course I was there holding as well. So he's not used to having that many people touching him at the same time, and it took a little bit of him getting used to understanding what was going on, and just being comfortable with it. He's not one that likes to be, trapped or confined. So we did have to use a wall so that, for Bonnie's safety, so that we knew which direction that he was going to go and that he would stop. We could push him in, not push him, but lean him into the wall, to make it safer for Bonnie. So what was found out was that his neck, back, and hips were totally out. They had been totally out, Bonnie thinks, for quite a long time. His left rear has lost range of motion. His right rear was, with the adjustment, was moving. So we're going to have to keep up with the adjustments to get that left one moving again. He was walking a lot better after the adjustment. So we're gonna keep at it and hopefully make him feel a little better. Not that he, is in pain or anything, but it's a little disconcerting that he's not able to get up from both sides. I don't know if we're going to be able to achieve that, because, just with anybody that has had a lot of work, it starts to break down. So we're trying to slow it down, but we're also not unrealistic. We know that his body's gone through a lot, so it's not likely that we're going to be able to undo it. But the goal is always to make all of our ponies as comfortable as possible. So if the chiropractic adjustment makes him more comfortable, we will continue on with that. It appears that he's going to come in. The flies have come back with a vengeance up here, so he's not. None of the guys are real happy about it. They were enjoying the cooler weather. It's pretty humid here right now. So, hi, buddy boy. So Gabby girl, the news is not as good with Gabby. She is standing more square. She actually was standing square while she was eating. She's kind of like half asleep right now. Her left rear, we're keeping the inflammation down. It's not as warm as it has been in the past, and in fact today I couldn't feel any heat on it at all. Hi buddy, I'm standing here. We're making progress with that. You can see, I know I'm kind of at a weird angle with her. You know, of course she moved it up, but she is getting closer to standing square and putting full weight on it. She is walking much, much, much better than what she was. Oh, her front feet. Her right front, you know, we've been battling the infection that is taking place in her right front. It does appear that the infection has eaten away to the bone. So there isn't a very good chance that her hoof is going to regrow. And if it continues to deteriorate her foot, ultimately her flexor tendon is going to go, and then she's not going to be able to walk. To be totally transparent, Gabby is, we're watching her very closely, and we don't want her to be in pain and suffer. You know, the prognosis is not very good. Essentially, we don't have a lot of time left with her. I don't know how long we have. You know, she is an incredibly, incredibly strong girl. You know, Barney was surprised at how well she is getting around, with how much damage there is to that front foot. I haven't given up. I won't give up on her, but also I am very cognizant of keeping her comfortable and not putting her through more than she can take. So, you know, we could have put a therapy plate on her right front and done treatments that way. To put the therapy plate on would probably have been excruciatingly painful, because you're talking about screws and nails and a whole bunch of other stuff that, you know, she can't hold that leg up for very long because of her left rear. So we probably would have had to sedate her, and the likelihood that would have worked was very minimal also. So, you know, the decision was made to keep her in her boot, keep her foot clean, keep up with keeping all the crud out of it and everything, and seeing what happens. The true deciding factor is going to be her left rear. If she's not, where are you going, baby girl? If she is not able to, if she's not making progress and it's because that she's not able to put full weight on her right front, then we know we've lost the battle. I won't put her through that. She is too amazing of a horse to carry on just because we want her to be around. So, you know, quality of life is always number one. As you can see, she's still eating. She's still drinking. She still goes out on adventures. She's not forced to do any of that. She's doing it all on her own. And in fact, she's up and about the most that she has been in you know, 3 weeks. So we are making progress, and she is feeling better. So I'm not, I haven't lost total hope, but I'm also not naive. So that's, you know, that's where we are with Gabby. We'll keep keeping her as comfortable as possible. And part of that is making sure that she has a boot that stays intact. Part of her walking, and I think it's because of her arthritis, is that she's not able, her foot isn't able to break over. So she drags her toe, and it rubs through the boot faster. So I'm trying to come up with some ideas to protect that toe, so that she doesn't go through the boot as quickly. But you know, if not, we'll just buy another one. It's, you know, that's why we're doing the $5 Friday, so that we can keep up with the boot purchases. But that's really, that's it for Gabby. Otherwise, she has been enjoying the cooler weather. So is Barney. She really, as I mentioned last week, she really doesn't do well in the heat. But this nice cooler weather, she has been doing very, very well. So that's it, guys. You know, I truly wish that I had better news with Gabby. You know, it was just one of those things that the abscess had been festering in there for so long. You know, when we got her, she was limping. So you know that it was in there. The size of the abscess and how bad it was. Bonnie thinks that her hoof had some bad trauma, meaning that it was impaled or something. You know, she stepped on something and impaled it, and that was what the issue was. Once again, we'll never know what the heck happened, but the damage was just too great before we even got to her. So you know, we'll do the best by her, and continue to make her as comfortable as possible. So an end to another not really good week, but you know, there's hope, and we'll hang on to that hope with both Louie and her. So that's it, guys. Appreciate everybody's support already for the for our $5 Friday and the boots. The boots are expensive. especially draft size boots. And when you're purchasing 2 pairs for Louie at a time, it racks up really, really quick. So thank you for everybody that has supported Gabby and Louie, and have sent healing thoughts and positive thoughts their way. Please keep them coming. And that's it for this week. Thanks, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If there's any fathers watching, happy Father's Day as well. And I'll keep you updated during the week as to how everybody is doing and just some goings on. Thanks, everybody. Be well.